Last book which has come out is the collection of short stories called Deodi. It has appeared in Hindi, Urdu, in these two languages, and its translation is probably coming by early next year, published by Penguin. Udayan is my editor there, and I'm very fond of him. He has edited the book. He looks after the English translation also, done by Sanjoy. And that's a collection of short stories which I keep writing off and on. It has some biographical short stories. That's the interesting part of it, that section. For example, there's a tradition of biographical novels in the West. There are a number of biographical novels have been written. So I thought, why not a short story? In this, there are some biographical short stories about people whom you know or people know. That is one, for example, Bimal Roy. And an incident which Kuldeep Nayyar had explained it to me, narrated it to me while going to Vaga once. So I've narrated that also in that short story. So like that, there are biographical short stories in that last book, and its translation is probably coming soon. I mean early next year or middle of next year maximum. It's called The Stone Age and Other Short Stories. The Stone Age short story is about a 9 to 10-year-old child who has grown up in Afghanistan and who has seen nothing but the firing and bombs and helicopters and falling. For him, that's perhaps a normal life, because he hasn't known the life outside that area, and keep running and keep hiding in caves and keep hiding, as if it matches the Stone Age period, where finally he is hungry and to hunt a rabbit, he is sharpening his stone, and because by hitting that he will kill that rabbit. That's why I called it a Stone Age. My next book is again of poems. I'm more fond of poetry. That's my lifeline. And Pavanji is translating the third book rather after these two, which is called Green Poems. It's all about environments, those poems which he has taken up and he's translating. But the book which will appear in Hindi first and Urdu, that will be Pluto poems. Pluto is the name of that. I call them Pluto poems because they're very short poems. It's like Pluto's position in our solar system. That small, the tiniest and the smallest far off, and its status keeps changing. Sometimes it's counted among planets, sometimes it's no more a planet, it's status. So somewhere I thought it's perhaps my own status also. People sometimes accept me and sometimes don't accept me as a poet. So I compare myself with Pluto. And those small, tiny poems of 5 to 7 lines. So that will be a collection called Pluto. We have been reading and reading it every day. And then I know people in Pakistan and on Northwest Frontier. I have friends there. There's a small group which, I shouldn't be saying it, but it's very flattering, that young writers who remain in touch with me, young poets of that area who are in touch with me. And that's all. I know it. It's not fiction that way, but it's dramatizing a situation. And when it comes to a short story, it's not just one character I knew. Different characters which I knew. So the elements make up one, so that it becomes an exemplary character. It's a representative character. That's why. It's happening with many, many children, many things which happened there. Some of the Afghani writers who came over, we met them also in Bombay. And they keep coming, we come across them quite often. And Urdu being my medium, that's why it's closer with them. Like Afghanistan as it is, I see the Northeast in my own country. That kind of complex society at this moment, that kind of disturbance, which naturally produces more to express. And I think poets of our northeast at this moment, like Afghanistan, like that area, disturbed areas, is the very, very poignant poetry which is coming across. Not only poetry, even fiction, but since I'm very much close to poets, and I'm also trying to translate some of these poems into Hindi. So I thought let more and more people know it.